Hi, family. How are you? I hope y'all are fantastic. I'm doing well. It's good to see you again. I know it's been a while. Things have been a little crazy, huh? Yeah, I used to like to say, let's get this shit show on the road, and sure enough, the shit show is on the road. Which is actually, you know, I guess we can be neutral about it because it looks like catastrophe. Here's the deal, family. What I'm seeing, what I've been seeing for a while, it's all being reiterated. There's a few million of us, and that's it. You know, when you think about the population of the world and, you know. So anyways, this timeline that we've been involved in is about to collapse, is from what I'm seeing. This is some information that apparently somebody doesn't want out. Wow, they're like stabbing my heart right now. They have a cute little voodoo doll of me. Actually, I think it's a life-size one, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So basically, there's a huge balancing that's about to happen. It's a snapback from how far the dark force has stretched this universal rubber band. So yeah, there's a big balancing coming in. I pulled a few cards. First card out is a number 6, number of balance, and this is the fairy bee. Life is sweet. So this is what's coming in with this balance. It's going to be a sweetness. It's going to be sweet for people who protect the innocent, who are innocent, who protect the innocent. I hear all this. They are just ruthless. They really want to fight their case for being as sick and twisted and perverse as they are. They want to make everybody think that they're the same as them, but we're not. We're not the same as they are. Nowhere close. It's crazy how intricate all of this stuff is. But really, when it boils down to it, this timeline is collapsing. And there aren't many who are getting out. A few million is what I'm seeing. And this is because of this rubber band string that they've been pulling to take things out of balance. Skywriting the fates. Be yourself. You are fated at this moment to be authentically yourself, because the law is not justice. There's a lot of people looking to leaders to bring justice, but this isn't exactly what's happening. Justice is going to come by them taking each other out. They are snitching on each other, offing each other. Yeah, throwing each other under the bus. I find it quite entertaining, you know. But they're all guilty. They're all guilty. And they're all doing it in a very underhanded way with lies. Deceit, illusion. And they've still got a spell, an illusion cast over the majority of the world. The vast majority, I might say. So, you know, I just keep on being shown Noah's Ark. And, how sometimes you just got to start over. Wipe the slate clean because everything has gone awry. Very awry. Oh, it'll come to me. There's something else that I wanted to say about that, but they're wiping it. I've been thinking a lot the past, well, I always do. Okay. Another 6, 42. Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. Yeah, this is like what us starseeds, us, I don't even know what you want to call us, earth angels. This is what we've been preparing for. To kind of gather up what's salvageable and move on. We've literally been... Oh, they're so messing with my mind. That's crazy. I'm just going to pull some cards because it'll come back to me. It's stuff I've been thinking about for days now. Yeah, let's do these ones. I'll pull some tarot. It's literally been about who is prepared to protect the innocent and who's not. That's what it's boiling down to. Who's going to make it out of this collapsing timeline? And there's not many. There's a bunch of sheep that are following leaders. The problem is people are following people by their word, and you have to follow people by their actions. That's how you tell a person. You tell who a person is by their deeds. Anyways, it doesn't even, it barely seems to matter anymore because it just seems like they're so far gone. They're so brainwashed. We might literally just be here to collapse a timeline. And to see who really would stoop this low. Something like that. I guess we are in a training ground, but whatever. I'm going to pull some cards. The Star. Coming in right underneath 6. Life is sweet. This star is really like the middle of a galaxy, a universe, at least a solar system. This stuff gets so deep. We're literally like in the midst of a microcosm of a macrocosm. And if you look at everything that way, you can see everything. You can relate everything in the same way you can relate your mind, body, and your soul. It's like each one of our cells holds the DNA in it that holds the code to our whole body. It's almost like each one of our cells are souls without bodies. But anyways, I'm going to get off of that for now because that goes too far. That would take me all night to explain to you all that. What I think about it, at least. Okay, so Three of Swords is coming right in under messages for a rabbit. People that are not brokenhearted by the defiling of the innocent. Are about to be non-existent in our dimension, possibly in any dimension, with the timeline just collapsing. And it just seems so futile to like try to convince anybody because they're all just so far gone. We might just be here to clean the slate, to purify everything, to excise the tumor, the toxic waste. We're like microscopic surgeons in some huge being that is our God or goddess. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just here helping another creator being. God knows. Whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do know is that love rules all. Love always wins. And the darkness will always collapse in on itself. We're literally like injected into the scene to help speed that process along, creating a clear division, sequestering all of the toxins into one area, marking it as toxic. Tag it and bag it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, that's what I was saying last year. Tagged and bagged, you know? It's like you cast the light on it. You cast your truth on it, and it's a done deal. Their fate is sealed. It really doesn't matter. I've been thinking about this too, like all the different players involved and like what exactly is happening. But when you boil it all down to the basics, its core ingredients, it's literally toxic versus healthy. And in our own lives, we've been creating our boundaries with the toxicity. And even on the public stage. And we've been sequestering it into a tumor that can easily be excised and eliminated somehow. I haven't gotten that deep into it, but my understanding is not great enough to at this moment. So anyways, Eight of Wands inverted, coming right in under skywriting. The Fates. And right next to the Three of Swords. Something is stopping quickly. Some kind of fiery assault from these heartbreakers on the innocent. Page of Swords inverted. These people that have been watching you, trying to break your heart, trying to somehow make you not innocent, lure you into traps to try to take your innocence, to try to prevent this boundary, this seal from being created. And they're just watching you be yourself, exactly how you always been for the most part. Probably grown, but you're still innocent. This card wants to come out. Judgment. Judgment coming right in under law is not justice. So I don't really want to get into that. It has to do with, you know, the justice system watching, being an inverted Page of Swords. You know, they call themselves the justice system, but they absolutely they absolutely do not promote justice. They promote injustice. And that is very clear. The more I see people speaking their truth, the more I see what I thought to be true is absolutely true. I'm not the only one that thinks that. There's 3 million others of us that feel the same way. Anyways, they keep messing with my head. That's good. I always know I'm onto something when they really target the hell out of me. You know what I mean? And as you're targeted, should I talk about that? Inverted Emperor. These people who have literally abused their power in a serious way. And they use these weapons that make your skin feel like it's boiling off. And somehow they're getting implants into some of us. And that was another thing I was wondering about, because I was wondering, like, why is it, I always thought there was something implanted in me, because when I go through the radar at at airports, I always set them off, and at courthouses. But yeah, I was looking up because I was thinking it couldn't be enough metal to set something like that off. I wouldn't think, like, and it would I don't know, it would just show up more easily, and like, I don't know. But I looked it up, and these sensors, that they're putting sensors in people that emit a frequency, and that's what the radar detector, or the metal detectors, they're really messing with me. That's what they detect too, is frequency. So they bounce a frequency off you, and if there's a metal, it'll bounce back, or if there's enough of it, or whatever. But if there's no metal, I'd imagine just a frequency that's constantly going off so that you can be tracked at all times. And oh, this is going there. Like I said, there's just so much going on right now that I've been thinking about. But yeah, I don't know if you set off metal detectors. Maybe that's why I came off on that subject. I think it might be a frequency thing. They have transmitters in us, some of us. And I'm also hearing that they're like, this is another thing I've been hearing. It's so weird, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. That they're like somehow implanting like cameras in your eyes so they can see everything you see. Like it's a part of that reality TV show I was telling you about, like last year, a couple years ago or something. If any of you were around for that. But that was something I've been being told too. Okay. 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 Inverted Queen of Swords. So this is coming in right under the Three of Swords. And right next to, what was this? Did I even read this? I didn't. Nine of Cups. Inverted. Yes, somebody's feeling a little heartbroken. I think a lot of buddies, actually, are feeling heartbroken that the collective has managed to heal as much as they have. Because, like I said, we're literally sequestering the dark force off like a toxic cancerous tumor. This tumor that, or this cancer they love so much to create. They actually are the cancer. It's probably where they got the idea. Anyways. I'll pull a few more of these cards. I'm going to switch decks. Five of Wands. They're trying to create as much chaos as possible to to distract the collective from basically pointing out exactly all of the toxins that need to be sequestered. They don't want to be tagged and bagged. They don't want to be labeled. So they're throwing a big hissy fit, and they're having a big tantrum on the world stage, okay? And in the meantime, at the exact same time as they're doing this, they're looking at each other because they're all like guilty and feel guilty and know they're guilty. And so they're gonna all point the fingers at each other and take each other out, which is great news for us. I mean, we don't even have to lift a finger, you know? So it's perfect. But, oh gosh, what was I saying? So they're creating this big hubbub to try to confuse the line. They want to somehow make you feel guilty for something, make you confuse the line. That slows down the process, because as long as the collective is not in the right headspace, we're not ready to take that leap. So they try to mingle us in with their garbage, make you feel guilty or ashamed of whatever, you know, when really they're the ones that should carry the shame at this point, because we've all repented and taken accountability, and taken the time to heal our wounds, so we could get the shit show on the road. And the shit show's on the road. I was talking about this last year, a couple years ago, how I just saw literally all of North America and South America on fire. And I couldn't figure out how, like, that could be. Like, how could that be? Everything would just be on fire. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So I'm thinking it must be like we're just gonna get completely like obliterated with, you know, some kind of weapons. But I didn't know exactly what that meant at the time, but now I'm seeing like how they're really planning on burning this whole place down. Like I've said in a prior reading, they have plans to mine it and sell it off-world. And part of that mining is the mining of human beings. And I was also shown that like there's a portal, I don't know how many of you know that, like, they talk about how, like, they're gonna get to Mars and all this stuff, but there's, like, flight patterns to Mars already. So, like, that's a big hoax. Like, that's already happening. I mean, I'm sure there's a colony there. Like, definitely. I'm being told it's more like a prison slave type of an arrangement. Kind of like Earth is, you know, like, that's what they do. And that's where this portal, or one of the portals that they're using to, transfer stuff out of this dimension. So there was that. And like I said, they think they're gonna get out of here before the before the timeline collapse. Possibly by then they'll all be jailed or eliminated in some other way. So they won't be able to do anything even near that. We definitely outnumber them. Even with the measly 3 million I'm seeing that we have, because a lot of unfortunately who we're dealing with, they're literally just meat suits, as you've heard some people say. Like, they don't have any real cognitive function other than survival, and they can be manned, and they're programmed. They're a program. So, and yeah, and I believe that there are many that have no souls anymore. There are many that are like holographic shapeshifters that have no souls. There's some that are fallen angels that do have very dark souls, and I think they're the ones that are not going to just be completely eliminated. They're going to have to go through a purification process, whatever that entails. I used to think about that stuff, but I don't even care anymore. And yeah, because I'm not really angry anymore. I'm ready to get on the gravy train. So that was another thing I was hearing from Spirit. It's really important to disconnect from material affluence. That is a real trap here. And it is attached to these demonic cults. Yeah. Let me pull a few more cards. What time is it? It's kind of getting late. I'll pull some more cards. Inverted lovers. I would show you, but they're naked. I don't even know why I bother with this platform. I don't know why I do. I guess, I don't know. Suppose it could be worse. Huh? They could block me even worse, couldn't they? Yeah. So, obviously, they're programmed. They're all programmed. Like, everybody's programmed, it seems like. Except for, like I said, a few million of us. And they're about to just be wiping each other out. And they already are. Oh, yeah. And that was another thing I was talking about before, and I'm going to say it again now. I'm seeing flooding, like major flooding happening in California, landslides and earthquakes, and that California is just going to cease to exist. And I don't want to see this stuff and not mention it. Whether, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping everything doesn't burn down in this country. I really do. But that's not what I've been seeing. So, but it's like, it's crazy because there's really, obviously, there's nothing to fear, family. You're protected, guided. You'll be guided to safety, always. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it's more like I've said before, like a complete timeline collapses, and there we stand. We're just the few left standing. It's something like that. And it seems like it's going to be soon, but I don't know. I don't know anything, because I was seeing this stuff last year, and it just, I don't know, like, who knows? I can't tell time. I don't even feel like I can figure out what day it is easily half the time. It's like time doesn't exist anyway. All of our incarnations on Earth all happen at the same time. They're all happening at the same time. That's how the whole timeline's collapsing. That's how, like, literally, not only will it cease to exist, but it will cease to have ever existed. Like, wiped off the face of the map. Kind of like I'm seeing California right now. But that's how I see this whole dimension. Inverted priestess right under judgment. Inverted high priestess. So, judgment is coming in for these people that were doing all these black magic spells to create illusions and to give love a bad name, even to infiltrate divine unions by giving love a bad name. You're being judged for that, or they're being judged for that, whichever shoe fits. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's judgment coming in to these inverted high priests and high priestesses. People pulling cards, trying to swap destinies, getting, just honestly, it's so simple, not minding their own business, okay? They're all being judged, interfering in people's lives, interfering in people's love relationships, like destroying love relationships. Oh yeah, inverted emperor. Yeah, there's a lot of abuse of power when it came to trying to keep you small, trying to keep you in your feelings, like not being able to control your emotions. I was seeing this, I was being shown this today. It's like my ice maker on my refrigerator. It, like, where the water goes in, the hose goes in, the seal rotted or whatever, and it leaked, like slowly dripped for God knows how long. But a few years ago, my basement had flooded, like flooded. And so I thought that mildew smell, that mold smell I smelled was that. But since we found that leak and that's patched up, there is no more mold smell, no more mildew smell. But regardless of all that, what that told me, what that was, spirit, like, reminding me of that scene was that a lot of what the collective was dealing with was like this overflow of emotions. Like, we're very empathic. It's this overflow of emotions, and it was leaving us stagnant. It was making us mildewy, stale, keeping us from healing. And that's what the intention was. Keep you at a standstill, at a stalemate, to keep you from getting the shit show on the road. So they could just sit here and roll around in the mud like pigs like to do for as long as possible. But as long as they could keep you from becoming emotionally mature and being able to deal with these horrors and not look like you're batshit crazy, as long as they could do, as long as they, oh, they're really messing with me. As long as you did not evolve emotionally, it put everything at a stalemate. And it prevented any of your plans from starting this new world from progressing. It was a matter of being able to really reel it in and not have this overflow of compassion for people who are literally tainting the innocent. Okay. I think I'm going to end this now on that note. This is getting kind of long. I'll pull a few more cards, okay? I'll pull a couple more. We'll just see. I'm going to switch decks. We'll just see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to get out. Because this is a really, like, huge time in history right now. It's about to not be. It's about to be erased from history because we're the victors, and we're not going to want to show any of their nastiness. We're not going to even want to look at it. So when we rewrite the books, like, they won't even be in it. Like, they literally are not going to exist anymore. And that'll be the day, because these people are sick and twisted. And I am so disappointed that you could not get your shit together before now, because I think it's too late. We're rallying up the troops. It's time to go home. It's time to throw this goddess on the operating table and excise this toxic tumor. Then we'll probably burn it. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's the only way to really get rid of these types. And there's so many pieces to this puzzle, you know, infiltrators that took the opportunity to jump into our universe when there was that big gaping hole that we created with an atom bomb, to our electromagnetic shield that surrounds our planet. That's what creates the pressure, by the way. So anyways, okay, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, y'all. That was like, I'm just not. That was like 6th grade science, though. It was a long time ago. Four of Wands, but really, honestly, was like, that whole thing was literally put in place by the ops. You know it was, because there's so many different things that are logical about that theory of the earth being flat, but it's not. But there was a lot of work put into that so that people that were waking up to the truth would fight over something as silly as that, when it's really about the mission that we're on. It's not about that, you know. But, you know, or the Democrats arguing with the Republicans. Like, it's not about that. It's about saving the children. And the Democrats aren't doing it, and the Republicans aren't doing it. I mean, we might be getting somewhere now. Thank God. But mind you, it's all a show to cause confusion and to keep their army in line. They're robots. To keep them entertained, scared. But they can't scare the collective because we welcome death. At least I do. Wouldn't hurt my feelings any. But apparently I'm not allowed. So, there's definitely an invisible shield around some of us. For sure. And I have a million stories about that too, but gosh, I don't know. I'm all over the place tonight. They're really trying to scramble my mind. I can feel like a burning sensation on my brain. They're like microwaving it right now. They do it a lot. It's a different sensation. I mean, I've had it to where it felt like my eyes were boiling out of my head. My temples were just like, I could like see my veins bulging out and my heart beating, and my eyes were going like this back and forth. You would have thought, like, it's called nystagmus. You would have thought I was on drugs. But I like literally just got zapped by this tower that's by my house. Walk into the store. But I think I'm getting like immune to it because they can't, you know, they haven't been able to get me that bad since then. Like, I'm evolving. I'm becoming immune to microwaves. So, I think it possibly already it was in my spiritual genetics, you know, which mixes with your physical genetics, which is why, as much as they mess with our physical genetics, they're not going to be able to stop us from our genetics from evolving and adapting rapidly. I was just told. So, that's what's happening. We're rapidly, that's another thing I've been being told. We're rapidly adapting, evolving, changing. Yeah, the shit show is on the road. For shizzle. It's on the road. And 4 of Wands, community stability is coming in to help like calm this chaos. Some sanity in the crowd. And on that note, I'm going to let y'all go. I will get back to you very soon. I love y'all, and I will see you. Take care.